Penland catch, shoot three, up, and it swishes in. CP for three.
We're getting you set for game day with a countdown to tip-off, powered by Appalachian Electric Cooperative.
Rogers at the free throw line, kicks it out. Alvey into the left corner. Weichel three. Butter. Braylon Weichel flaming hot from the outside.
Carson-Newman basketball is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles in Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that service built. By Fresh Ideas, good food is a powerful thing. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By TriLife, dream big with Gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family-owned and operated coffee, fueling the Burke Tar Stadium press box. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Now, here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Hello and welcome back to Holt Fieldhouse. Ryan Wilkes with you here on the Eagles Sports Network as Carson-Newman looks to keep the good times rolling. 4-0 on the season, coming off a rivalry win against Tusculum, 2-0 in South Atlantic Conference play. Two dominant wins here at home in SAC play to start off the South Atlantic Conference schedule, and another test today, taking on the Catawba College Catawba Indians inside the friendly confines of Holt Fieldhouse. Hope you're having a great Saturday afternoon. Lots of Eagle action going on this afternoon. Carson-Newman football in action against Miles in the Division II football playoffs. Carson-Newman trails 14-10 in the third quarter to Miles, and we have some basketball action back here in Jefferson City to take you through this afternoon. The women getting ready to go in about 12 minutes, and the men will shortly follow. Andrew Rogers will have your call of that. But to tee up this matchup just a little bit, Carson-Newman again 4-0, off to a great start, ranked 9 and 7 respectively in the two polls. And Catawba is looking to replace some of its top talent from last year. All top three scorers have not returned, so Catawba trying to fill that void a little bit and not shooting the ball entirely well, 37% from the field, but overall Catawba has done a great job on the offensive glass to create second chances, 19 offensive rebounds per game. That is first in the South Atlantic Conference. And the defensive pressure is a highlight as well for Catawba, forcing 25 turnovers and recording 13 steals per game. So Carson-Newman facing another stout defensive look here against Catawba. Lenore Ryan provided that, but the Eagles handled it well in a 92-72 win. And fast-paced game against Tusculum, the Eagles won 93-73. So two similar scores to start off South Atlantic Conference play here inside Holt Fieldhouse. It'll be the last of a three-game homestand for the Eagles. 3 games coming up on the road at Emory and Henry, at Anderson, and at UVA Wise to start the month of December before Carson-Newman has a home game against Limestone. The final 3 games of December are all on the road, so the Eagles got a little home stretch here in the month of November. But we'll hit the road for the majority of December. So we'll have your coverage here inside Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman Catawba getting set to go. We're going to hear from head coach Mike Mincy. Be back to talk starters and other storylines in this one on the other side here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Our pregame conversation with head coach Mike Mincy heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network. Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Carson-Newman wraps up its longest homestand of the regular season here today with the Catawba Indians. Andrew Rogers now joined by the Lady Eagles head coach Mike Mincy. Coach still unbeaten this early season, back-to-back conference wins, back-to-back home wins, going at it again, third consecutive home game, third league game as you get into this league portion of the schedule. What have you been pleased with? Obviously the offense has been great. But to come home and do it, as well as obviously a quality feat against conference teams. So how do you continue that today? Certainly it wasn't the same product as you would gotten accustomed to seeing in the first three, but how have you guys been able to continue the success and get it going again today?
Probably, the consistency of our offense over the last 4 games, or the first 4 games, has been kind of surprising. I mean, I knew we had firepower, but so that's been nice to see. Our effort has been top-notch for the most part. The bench is coming along and playing better and giving me a lot more confidence to get them in the game more. But the Tusculum game in particular, even though I wasn't necessarily happy after the game, I knew it once I went back and watched it and kind of felt the narrative of the game. We had, 46 points on the board at the half, missed some bunnies inside, had some ill-advised turnovers, should have easily had 50 or more if we combined better play with what we already had put on the board. And then to not really play that great, but still put up 93, gives me a hope for the future that even in bad games, we can still put up a bigger number.
All right, it almost feels like this game is one that you owe Catawba. You've lost back-to-back games, first time in a couple of years, 2-3 years they've been in this building. Beat you in November of that regular season non-conference game that year. So it almost feels that way. Do you get the same vibe as this team comes to Holt today, that you owe them one because they've defended their home court the last 2 times?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was 21-22. We beat them 2 or 3 times that year, and then they come back the next year, kind of when we're in the regular season, went back-to-back years. That year, 22-23, they go to the Final Four, had a great season. Yeah. And they have, they lost. Everybody knows they lost Thorne. I mean, Thorne scored 38 points on us last year at their place and was a key cog in that 2-point victory for them and loss for us. But it's Catawba, and so it doesn't matter who's on their team, and it doesn't matter what the makeup of their team is. All that matters is that they're the 2-time defending regular season champ, 2-time regional host, and once players, even the bench players that are now playing more minutes, are part of that and part of the culture, that's just what you expect to do every year.
You mentioned Thorne. She was the reigning conference player of the year, Southeast Region player of the year. 2 other top scorers from last year are gone as well. So how different and new are they, and how have you seen them try to become more of themselves as this year progresses? It's still early, but when you lose your top 3 scorers and a player like Thorne, certainly trying to find a new identity. So what have you kind of seen from the players trying to fill those roles?
Obviously, for them, losing somebody like Thorne obviously that's a huge hit. McIntosh, Downs, etc. Kids that have been in a lot of games, and they had a great mix of players. But, Terrence was playing his bench a lot last year. I mean, in our game over there, he played the bench. A lot of these returning guys we'll see today, he played them a ton, and they did a good job. And I would say that, honestly, this year's group kind of gets after it a little bit more defensively. They, in the their traps are a little bit heavier than maybe I've felt like they were in the past when you had the veterans like Thorne and certainly, McIntosh and Downs. This thing is a little bit more chaotic, but, we'll see how that goes. They've turned teams over, and then again, you got like Anderson last game, didn't turn the ball over very much at all. So, a lot of it is going to fall on our shoulders as to how we handle the pressure. They do a great job of crashing the glass, and they're not shooting great from the field, but obviously we know they have the potential to do so.
Yeah, that leads into how we'll wrap this up. Best offensive rebounding team, top 20 nationally, but their field goal percentage is low, so they're obviously going to the glass because they know those shots have not been falling. So how critical, if you're able to limit them to just that one shot to get that defensive rebound to complete that defensive stand.
Well, I think it's obviously as you go into the game always with Catawba, you have to limit your turnovers, one. And then you certainly got to keep them off the glass, try to keep them out of the paint. And that one shot and done is easier said than done. That's what we're trying to get done. Last year at third place, it felt like they got a ton of offensive rebounds. And you go back and look, we out-rebounded them by one on the offensive glass, and I think we got them from maybe a bucket or two on second chance points. So, what they can get on us, we can certainly try to get on them. And then, both teams are basically pressing. It's going to come down to, who can take care of the ball and certainly put the ball in the bucket.
All right, good luck against the Indians today.
Thank you, Andrew.
That's the head coach of the Lady Eagles, Mike Mincy. We're back for more on the AUC Countdown to tip-off after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
We're getting closer to tip-off.
Price picks it up, and Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
Power comes with not only having a voice, but knowing that it is heard. As part of an electric co-op, you're not just getting electricity, you're getting the power to have your voice heard and the opportunity to work together with your community to create a better tomorrow. Here, you're not just a customer, you're a member. AEC, empowering voices just like yours.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is shopcneagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopCNEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopCNEagles.com.
Back here at Holt Fieldhouse, Carson-Newman and Catawba getting ready to roll here on the Eagles Sports Network. Ryan Wilkes taking you through all your coverage today. You just heard from head coach Mike Mincy, and the keys to the game today, I think the biggest one is to keep Catawba off the offensive glass. 19 offensive rebounds per game, and you also got to take care of the basketball against a Catawba team that is forcing 25 turnovers per game. We'll talk starters here in a minute, but I also talked about Catawba looking to replace its top three leading scorers, and that's certainly the case this year. Reigning South Atlantic Conference Player of the Year Lyric Thorne. She is gone, and Carson-Newman's Catawba is looking to fill that void, and only shooting 37% from the field, but has won its last 3 games. So that's going to take us to the buzzer here inside Holt Fieldhouse. We'll take one more break and be back with tip-off on the other side here on the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Saboreo's, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Saboreo's is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner and the Health Sciences Building. Saboreo's features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
This
Braylon Weichel with a massive triple.
is Carson-Newman women's basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Tries to split 2. Does. Shoots from the free throw line. Got it to go! And 1! Weichel from the free throw line. Buried it.
Today's game is brought to you by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, Fresh Ideas, by ShopCNEagles.com, the Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Pepsi, First Bank, by Magaha Electric, InterDigital, by Food City, Tri-Light, by Modern Woodman Financial Planning, by the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, live from Holt Fieldhouse. Ryan Wilkes taking through all your coverage this afternoon between Carson-Newman and Catawba. A heavyweight South Atlantic Conference battle. Carson-Newman looking to stay perfect and move to 3-0 in South Atlantic Conference play. The starters for Catawba just introduced. It's Janiyah Foskey, Bailey Goodlett, Nala Baker, Natalie Fuertes-Lara, and Kyra Dixon Booker. That's the 5 for Catawba. Carson-Newman, have to assume you're going to go with the same 5 that's been working up to this point. Tori Rutherford, Jen Sullivan, Emily Gonzalez, Campbell Penland, and Lindsey Taylor. 4 of those 5 averaging double figures. Tori Rutherford averaging almost 13 a game. Jen Sullivan looking to fill the big shoes of Braylon Weichel. She's done so up to this point, averaging 18.3 points per game. Emily Gonzalez chips in with 6.5. Campbell Penland with 15.3 per game, had 25 last time out against Tusculum. And Lindsey Taylor averaging a double-double, 14.5 points per game and almost 11 rebounds per contest for Taylor. So the Eagles and the Catawba Indians ready to roll. Update from Miles. Carson-Newman and Miles facing off in the first round of the Division II football playoffs. Carson-Newman has the ball deep in Miles' territory on the 12-yard line, but it is 4th and goal. As just as I say that, Carson-Newman nets a 29-yard field goal to cut the deficit to 1. Miles leads 14-13 with 14:55 to play in the 4th quarter. Ready to tip it up at midcourt. It's going to be Foskey and Taylor. Carson-Newman, the home whites. Catawba in the road blues with the white lettering and numbering outlined by a sharp red. Tip is up, and it's recovered by Nala Baker. Here come the Indians moving right to left. Top of the key, now kick to Fuertes-Lara. She'll try a triple, no good. Taylor secures a rebound underneath the basket. Here comes Tori Rutherford moving left to right. Kicking the corner for Gonzalez, far side. She's working down low on Fuertes-Lara, pulls it back out to the top. 20 to shoot for the Eagles on their first possession of this afternoon's contest. Inside for Taylor. Taylor working inside. Left-hand layup is good. Right over the top of Foskey. She created space, and it's 2-0 Carson-Newman with 9:28 to play in the first quarter. Here comes Nala Baker. She's trapped. She gets it out of the trap, but nobody's home. and it trickles out of play. Carson-Newman ball, good pressure by the Eagles as the Eagles take possession back. 2-0 Eagles, 9:13 to play in this first quarter. Clock is stopped as the Eagles prepare to inbound. Quick clock fixture here in the early going. 2-0 Carson-Newman. Lindsey Taylor gets the scoring started as the clock resets to 9 minutes and 22 seconds. And Penland will inbound on the far baseline. Gets it into Gonzalez. Gonzalez in the backcourt, defended by Dixon Booker. Gonzalez pushes across the pressure. Now working inside. Taylor in the short corner, kicks it to the top. Sullivan. Sullivan thinks about a triple, now drives to the free throw line, tries a jump shot, rattles around, no good. Rebound secured by Laura Fuertes. Now kicked in the corner for Baker. Baker thinks about a triple. She'll try it, and she'll get it. Baker rattles it home for 3, and Catawba leads 3-2. Here come the Eagles with 8:55 and a moving clock. Far side wing. It's Emily Gonzalez inside for Taylor. Taylor gets position inside. She's fouled going up by Janiyah Foskey, and Taylor will head to the free throw line. Seen Taylor this season just be extra decisive inside the paint. Was so right there as Foskey reaches over the top and picks up a foul. Taylor the line for 2 free throws. First one's up, and it swishes home. 3-3 the score. Clock's at 8:46 here in the first quarter. As Taylor takes a couple bounces. Second free throw is up and through. 4-3, Carson-Newman out in front as Catawba controls in the backcourt. Here comes Nala Baker. Kick it left side for Dixon Booker. 20 to shoot for the Indians as it's kicked to the top. Gillett has at the top of the key. Now near side for Foskey. Booker tries a mid-range jump shot. Back rim no good. An offensive rebound for Catawba. Talked about that pregame. How effective that's been as Catawba brings it back out. In the near side corner, it's Foskey. Kick to the top. Deflected by Rutherford. Tries to get it off of Baker, and she does. Heads up play by Tori Rutherford right in front of the scorer's table to not only deflect away the pass, but get it off of Baker and get Carson-Newman's possession back. 4-3 the score. Carson-Newman out in front. 8:10 on the moving clock as Rutherford bounces it near wing for Jen Sullivan. Sullivan gets a screen from Taylor. Finds herself open, but pulls it back out. Looks inside. Gonzalez finds some space. Right-hand hook shot is good. Emily Gonzalez for 2. It's 6-3. 7:54 on a moving clock. As Catawba trying to break the pressure. Laura Fuertes moves it across the end line. Now kicks it near side. It's Baker on the near side wing. 18 to shoot. 6-3. Carson-Newman in the early going. Handoff goes to Goulet at the top of the key. Talked about her. She's one of the double-digit scorers so far for Catawba. Now far side, it's Baker. She'll try a deep triple. No good. Back rim. Taylor secures the board. Lindsey Taylor working left to right. Hands it off to Jen Sullivan. Sullivan with Laura Fuertes defending. 21 to shoot, 7:19 to play in the first quarter. 6-3 Eagles as Sullivan finds Taylor inside. Left-hand layup rattles home. 6 early points for Lindsey Taylor. She has 6 of the Eagles' 8, and it's 8-3. Far side kick for Laura Fuertes. She's looking on Taylor. Now kicks it back out. Baker driving to the free throw line. Kicks it in. Foskey tries the left-hand layup. No good, but she is fouled. And she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Sub at the table for Catawba. We'll get that in a minute. It's going to be for the shooter as Foskey prepares to take the first of 2. First free throw from Foskey is up and through. Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider, providing Jefferson City with ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband. Let them serve you. Visit trilite.net. Second free throw for Foskey, swishes home, and it's 8-5. Foskey will check out. Checking in is Sydney Guterman. She checks in for the first time. Eagles lead is 3 with 6:57 to play in the first quarter. Here comes Rutherford moving quickly left to right. Kicks it far side for Gonzalez. Gonzalez now inside Taylor. Working on Guterman. Taylor, right-hand layup. No good, and she's called for an offensive foul. Chicken wing right there by Lindsey Taylor as she picks up her first foul of the contest. And Catawba gets possession back. Laura Fuertes, far side wing. Now a whistle and an offensive foul. I believe that's going to be on Laura Fuertes. It's on Nala Baker. Back-to-back offensive fouls as Michaela Alvey's going to check in for Emily Gonzalez as the Eagles make an early switch. Clock stopped at 6:37, 8-5 Eagles lead as Rutherford controls in the backcourt. Tori Rutherford pushing across the three-point line, and she is fouled by Bailey Goodlett as Rutherford kind of put on the brakes. Goodlett, went right through her and picks up a foul. Alvey will inbound on the far sideline. 8-5 Eagles lead with 6:29 to play in the first quarter. Taylor has it at the top of the key. Now far side wing kick for Penland. Inside back to Taylor, and she walked with it. I think Lindsay Taylor was a little surprised how open she was down low and took too many steps. Catawba with possession back. Baker has in the backcourt. It's tipped away. Rutherford takes it away. Her left-hand layup rattles home. The pressure pays off for Carson-Newman, and it's 10-5. 6:10 in a moving clock as Laura Fuertes controls it on the far side. Working on Penland, driving inside, right-hand layup, rattles in. Good job by Laura Fuertes to use her body there and find some space. Sullivan on the far side, picked up her dribble, looking for an option, kicks it back to the top. Rutherford spinning on Baker. And now a foul called down low. It's going to be called on Guterman for grabbing Taylor. An off-ball foul called on Sydney Guterman. That's her first. There's a couple subs set to check in. Maddie Knuckles will check in, as well as Sanaya Wilson for Catawba. Penland heads to the bench for the Eagles, and Nala Baker heads to the bench for Catawba. 10-7, 5:47 in a moving clock as Alvey controls on the free throw line. Now kick inside for Maddie Knuckles, and she nets the right-hand layup. 12-7 Eagles, 5:39 in a moving clock as Laura Fuertes controls in the backcourt. Now Wilson brings it across the timeline. Kick to the near side wing for Wilson. She drives inside, right-hand layup, no good. Guterman there, second chance, and she sticks it back in, plus the foul. Another offensive rebound for Catawba as Abigail Johnson's going to check in. Lindsay Taylor's going to head to the bench. And Guterman heads to the free throw for one more. 12-7 Eagles. Guterman will have a chance for one more at the charity stripe. Takes a couple bounces. Free throw is up and through. 12-8 your score. 5:24 in a moving clock here in this first quarter as Tori Rutherford brings it across the timeline. Kick far side corner for Michaela Alvey. Now Johnson inside. Kick back out. Knuckles tries a mid-range J, and she swishes it. 4 points for Maddie Knuckles off the bench, and it's 13-10 Eagles with 5:12 in a moving clock. Wilson breaks the pressure. Now floats it inside. Right-hand floater, no good. Missed everything. Rutherford collects the board and moves quickly the other way, but she turned it over. Looking for Jen Sullivan. It was Laura Fuertes to take it away. Top of the key. Wilson is trapped, but she gets it off to Dixon Booker. Now it'll be Wilson to try mid-range jump shot, and she rattles it home. 14-13. 14-12. Eagles out in front. Maddie Knuckles in the backcourt. She's pressured by Dixon Booker. She feeds off to Tori Rutherford, far side. 20 to shoot for the Eagles. 4.5 to play. Next whistle will signal immediate timeout as Sullivan has it on the near side wing. She's trapped, but she breaks it. Sullivan to the top of the key. Working around Wilson. Kick to the corner. Alvey, she'll try a triple. No good off the front rim. Rebound collected by Wilson. Here come the Indians. Kick near side for Dixon Booker. She'll kick it back to the top for Wilson. Now inside, Guterman tries to turn around Jay. Rattles around, no good. Alvey with the board, pushing quickly. Kicks to Tori Rutherford. Now far side for Maddie Knuckles. Maddie Knuckles, far side wing, looking for an option. Back to the top for Jen Sullivan. Sullivan, a deep triple. She got it. Jen Sullivan from deep. Her first points, and it's 17-12. Kick up the court for Dixon Booker. She's driving inside. Bounce pass to Guterman. Right-hand layup is good. Nice offense there for Catawba. Dixon Booker saw the double and fed it off to Guterman for two. It's 17-14 Carson-Newman as Knuckles hands off far side. Sullivan now at the top of the key. 3:34 in a moving clock. 20 to shoot for the Eagles as Sullivan drives inside. Right-hand layup, no good. But she was fouled going up by Natalie Fuentes-Lara. And it will be Carson-Newman free throws out of the break. We'll take a quick break, be back on the other side. Carson-Newman leads 17-14 with 3:28 to play in the first quarter here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, Carson-Newman's lead is 3 at the under 5 media timeout. 3:30 to play here in the first quarter. Carson-Newman has shot the ball well, 7 of 9 from the field, but only has a 3-point lead. Catawba has created a couple of second chances, 2 offensive rebounds. The Indians shooting 5 of 11 from the field, but Carson-Newman will have free throws. Out of the timeout, Jen Sullivan was fouled right before the media timeout, so she will head to the line for 2 free throws. Sullivan ready for the first. Tennessee Tech transfer has been effective for Carson-Newman so far this year. She rattles the first one home. First Bank is the official bank of Carson-Newman Athletics and the only place you can get a Carson-Newman Eagles debit card. Stop by any First Bank location to get your CN debit card and show your Eagles pride. Sullivan 2 of 2 from the line. She'll check out in favor of Madeline Ladd. As the Eagles lead back to 5, it's 19-14. Clock stop at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Wilson has in the backcourt. She gives off to Nala Baker, who's looking to break the pressure of Carly Hayworth, who just checked in. She does. Hands it off to Wilson. Wilson driving near side wing. Inside. Kick back out. Guterman. She'll try a triple. No good off the side of the rim. Johnson skies high for the rebound. Hands off to Hayworth. Carly Hayworth pushing the other direction. 3:09 in the moving clock. Carson-Newman leads 19-14. Penland at the top of the key. Driving inside on Wilson. Back to the basket. Turns around. Looking to shoot. Nothing there. Bounces it back out to Hayworth. Hayworth far wing. Work to the top. Now Penland near side wing. She'll try a triple, and she swishes it. Campbell Penland from 3. Carson-Newman's lead is back to 8. 22-14 Eagles with under 3 to play. 2:45 in the moving clock here in the first quarter. As Laura Fuentes controls at the top of the key. Far side kick for Guterman. She tries another 3. No good. Rebound secured by Campbell Penland. Brooklyn Ingram defending in the backcourt. She just checked in as Hayworth has on the near wing. Pump fakes a 3. Working on Wilson. Drives to the free throw line. Hand off Penland. Penland back to Hayworth, and it goes out of bounds off the hands of Carly Hayworth. As Emily Gonzalez will check back in, as well as Janiyah Foskey for Catawba. Alvey checks out, and Natalie Fuertes-Lara checks out for Catawba. 2:20 in a moving clock. Baker has it in the backcourt. She kicks it up to Ingram. Ingram, far corner, looking inside, gets it to Foskey at the free throw line. Foskey driving on Johnson. Right-hand layup, missed everything as Gonzalez secures the board. 22-14, Carson-Newman, 2:05 in the moving clock as Gonzalez has it top of the key. Spinning at the free throw line, kicks back out Hayworth. Hayworth working on Wilson. Looks from the free throw line, nothing there, looking for an option, kicks it back to Ladd. Ladd on the near side wing. 14 to shoot for the Eagles as Hayworth pulls it back out. Johnson looking for a screen, top of the key. Hayworth receives it. Now a double coming out. Hayworth a one-handed pass to Ladd. Now inside Johnson. 4 to shoot. Johnson right-hand layup is good. Worked through the contact of Foskey and scoops it in for 2 as Carson-Newman creates a turnover on the other end. Inside now for Penland. Penland walked with it, and Catawba will regain possession. 10-point lead, though, for Carson-Newman. No points in the last 2 minutes for Catawba. Taylor checks back in for Johnson. Productive minutes for her off the bench. As Wilson has in the backcourt. Bounce pass near side for Baker. Now kick up for Ingram. Ingram driving on Taylor. Euro step in the lane. She's knocked off her course and fouled. That's on Lindsey Taylor. That will be her second, and it is 2 first quarter fouls for Lindsey Taylor. Certainly something to keep an eye on as Johnson heads right back to the scorer's table when we'll head in to get Lindsey Taylor. 1:20 to play in the first quarter. Carson-Newman's lead is 10, 24-14 over Catawba. As pass goes inside for Foskey. Foskey working inside on Johnson. Now back to Wilson. She tries to lay up. No good. Johnson with another rebound. Here comes Carly Hayworth working left to right. Top of the key. Hayworth kicks it near side for Campbell Penland. Penland will try the three again. No good. Back rim. Rebound. A long rebound. Goes off the hand of Ingram, I believe, and it will stay. Excuse me, it'll go back to Catawba. Looked like from here. Ingram was the last to touch it. But out of bounds off of Carson-Newman. Baker in the backcourt looking to break the soft pressure from Carson-Newman. Under a minute to play as Ingram has it far wing. Tries a triple, no good. Hayworth grabs a rebound. Carly Hayworth bounces to Gonzalez. Gonzalez glancing down the right side of the lane. Layup no good. Ingram tried to collect the board, could not. And it goes out of bounds with 47.7 to play in the first quarter. Eagles will inbound on the near baseline. It's Carly Hayworth to key it in for the Eagles. As Hayworth looks for an option. Kicks it to Ladd. Ladd tries a triple from the wing. No good off the back rim. Rebound collected by Baker. 43 seconds for Catawba. About 14-second differential between shot clock and game clock as Baker controls at the top of the key. Hand off to Wilson. 20 to shoot for Catawba. Foskey at near side wing. Gets back to Wilson. Wilson working on Carly Hayworth. Back to the basket. Tries a turnaround jump shot, and she nailed it. Nice shot by Wilson. That's 22 seconds to play. Carly Hayworth brings it across into the front court. Shot clock is turned off. 15 to shoot for Carson-Newman, looking to get the last shot of this first quarter. Hayworth hands off to Penland, far side wing. Penland looks inside Johnson. Johnson tries a right-hand layup. No shot. Foul was on the floor with 7.2 seconds on the game clock, and Carson-Newman will inbound. (24-16). That's the fifth team foul, so it'll be 2 free throws for Abigail Johnson. Sub checking in for Catawba. It's Bailey Goodlett to check back in, the freshman. She's been a big part of the team so far this year. She's a hometown kid, native of Salisbury, North Carolina. It's Johnson's first free throw, front rim, and it rattles in. 25-16 Eagles, 7.2 to play. Update from Birmingham, Alabama. Carson-Newman trails Miles 14-13 with just over 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Second free throw for Johnson. She switches at home. Carson-Newman's lead is back to 10. Backcourt pressure for Hayworth with 5 to shoot. Baker kicks up to Ingram. Ingram tries a deep three from the far side wing, and she rattles it in. A deep three for Ingram to end the quarter, but Carson-Newman's lead is 7. A fast-paced first quarter between two teams who like to generate turnovers. That's going to do it for the first quarter of action, 26-19. Carson-Newman will take a quick break and be back on the other side here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Ryan Wilkes taking you through all the coverage of this first game of a doubleheader. Carson-Newman men will come to the floor to face off with Catawba later this afternoon. Carson-Newman shoots 9 of 14 in the first quarter to build a 7-point lead as we have a quick stoppage. As we're resetting the team fouls on the scoreboard. Update again from Birmingham, Alabama. Carson-Newman trails by 1 with 5:13 to play. It is Miles football with limited time left on the clock. 3rd and 7 for Miles. Carson-Newman's outgaining Miles 285 to 161 as a sub checking in for Catawba. It's Dixon Booker checking back in. So 9:55 to play in the first quarter. Campbell Penland will inbound on the far sideline. Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Whether you're a student looking for a late-night snack or out to eat with your coworkers, Domino's has a deal for you. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your Carson-Newman ID, or get 25% off your entire order when you bring in your business card at lunch. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Back in action, Jen Sullivan has control on the near side wing. Johnson at the top, hands off Penland. 17 to shoot for the Eagles to start off this second quarter of action. The Eagles lead is 26-19. Top of the key, Gonzalez inside for Johnson. Kick back out, Penland. Penland working on Baker. Kick to the top for Rutherford. 5 to shoot for the Eagles. Top of the key, Penland finds herself open, tries a triple, and she swished it. Campbell, Penland from deep. Good ball movement from the Eagles. Worked late in the shot clock, but found an open look at the top of the key. 29-19 Eagles as Dixon Booker controls on the far side. Top of the key for Baker. Baker looking for an option. 20 to shoot for Catawba. Baker driving inside. Left-hand layup, no good, but a foul on Tori Rutherford. That will send Nala Baker to the free throw line. Baker in the first quarter, she had 3 points connected from deep. Was one of 2 Catawba threes. The other one coming from Brooke Ingram to end the quarter as she tries the first free throw. It rattles home. 29-20 Carson-Newman as Baker prepares to try her second free throw from the line. It's up, it rattles around and falls through. Inbound for Penland, finds Gonzalez on the far side. Gonzalez working up the far sideline, looking for an option, picked up her dribble, finds Sullivan slicing across the half-court logo. Sullivan now inside. She's looked like she was fouled on the pass, but she's called for a travel. Another Carson-Newman turnover. Eagles had 5 turnovers in that first quarter. Another one here as the pass up the far sideline is tipped out of bounds by Sullivan, and possession will stay with Catawba. 29-21 your score, 8:57 to play here in the second quarter. Across the timeline, it's Bailey Goodlett looking for an option top of the key. Goodlett drives inside. She's fouled by Rutherford on the drive. The Eagle fans not happy about that one, neither is Mike Mincy, but a foul called on Tori Rutherford. That is her second in quick succession. It will keep possession with Catawba. 2 Eagles with 2 fouls. Tori Rutherford and Lindsey Taylor, 2 starters, have picked up an early 2. As Foskey has it inside, turns around and shoots. No good off the back iron. Penland collects the board. Campbell Penland feeds Tori Rutherford. Rutherford gets it across the timeline, hands off to Sullivan. Sullivan top of the key. Working on Goodlett. Drive inside, right-hand layup, no good, but a foul called on Foskey. As Foskey picks up her second. Sullivan heads back to the free throw line. As Michaela Alvey's going to check in for Tori Rutherford. With 8:33 to play until half. Sullivan in the free throw line for the Eagles. First free throw for Sullivan is up and no good off the back iron. 29-21, Eagles out in front. Sullivan ready to try free throw number 2. Second free throw is up and rattles home. Sub for Catawba checking in for the first time. It's Cherie Gidney. Gidney will check in. Foskey will check out with those 2 fouls. Backcourt, it's Baker. She feeds off to Goodlett. Now inside, Ingram tries a right-hand layup. It's good plus a foul. Good ball movement. It was a pass from Gidney on the near side wing to find a slicing Brooklyn Ingram. Scoops it in for 2 plus a harm. Timeout Carson-Newman as Catawba has cut the deficit to 7. Eagles out in front 30-23, 8:25 to play. Catawba will have a free throw out of the timeout. We'll be right back here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Back here at Holt Fieldhouse, Catawba will have a free throw out of the timeout. Brooklyn Ingram converts plus the harm, so she'll have one more at the line. Carson-Newman's lead is 7 with 8:25 to play until halftime. Free throw is up and through, and it's a 6-point ball game. Gonzalez in the backcourt working across the timeline, pressured by Ingram. Gonzalez trapped near the scorer's table looking for an option, and she traveled. Successful trap by Ingram. And Kyra Dixon-Booker as Nala Baker will inbound on the near side. Goodlet controls in the backcourt. Carson-Newman's lead just 6. Catawba starting to ramp up the pressure. That's what they've been good at so far this year as Goodlet pulls a mid-range jump shot. She rattles it in. 30-26. Eagles lead has been trimmed to 4 as Sullivan pushes across the timeline. Behind the back dribble. Floater inside the lane. No good. Rebound collected by Dixon-Booker. Goodlet in the backcourt will push it across the timeline. Now kick to Baker on the far side wing. Baker drives baseline. Kicks it back out. Pass finds nobody and goes back court. And they're going to say, didn't think it was tipped. And it wasn't. It's going to be a backcourt violation on Catawba. As Carson-Newman will inbound on the far side. Michaela Alvey will throw it in for the Eagles with 7:42 to play here in the second quarter. Alvey to throw it in. Bounce pass to the top for Penland. Penland hands off Alvey. Alvey kicks it near side for Emily Gonzalez. 26 to shoot for the Eagles. Now top of the key. Sullivan tries a triple. No good off the side iron. Knuckles collects a second chance opportunity. Back to the top for Penland. She tries a 3 and rattles it in. Campbell Penland from deep as she continues to convert from outside the arc, and the lead is back to 7. Top of the key, it's Dixon-Booker. She's driving inside on Knuckles. Kick back out. Ingram will try another 3. No good. Penland with a nice box out. She collects the board and pushes the other way. 7:10 on the moving clock. Penland controls over the timeline. Catawba asking for a carry as the pass goes inside Gonzalez. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Alvey with a second chance board. She falls to the hardwood. No call. No good, but Alvey collects a turnover. Now feeds it Gonzalez, who scores inside the paint for 2. A frantic possession for Carson-Newman results in 2 points, and it's 35-26. Here comes Ingram across the timeline. Pass is tipped away by Penland, and she steals it away. Here comes Campbell Penland across the timeline. Looks inside for Knuckles. Knuckles lost it for a minute. Kick back to the top. Jen Sullivan tries a deep 3. No good. A back iron. A rebound collected by Gonzalez. Now Penland from 3. No good. Sullivan, another offensive rebound. She sticks it back in. Timeout Catawba. Carson-Newman generating second chance opportunities and forces a Catawba timeout. The Catawba College Indians had cut the deficit to just 4. Now it's back to 11. Eagles out in front 37-26. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep you right here as Carson-Newman turns the ball over with 1:19 left to play in Birmingham, Alabama. It was 4th down and 5. Eagles cannot convert. Carson-Newman does have 2 timeouts to try and stop the clock, but Miles has the ball on his own 42-yard line, trying to close it out. Regardless, if Carson-Newman falls in Birmingham, what a season it has been for Carson-Newman football. First year under Ashley Ingram's leadership, and has made it to the playoffs. So regardless, it's been a great season for Ashley Ingram's squad. As we're out of the timeout, Wilson has in the backcourt. Gonzalez applying soft pressure. Fuertes Lara has checked back in the game for Catawba as driving is Goodlet. She'll try a left-hand layup, and she scoops it home. 37-28, 6:11 on the moving clock here in the second quarter as Sullivan controls across the timeline, top of the key. And Sullivan looking for an option. Backdoor cut from Alvey. Finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez in the paint tries a turnaround hook shot, and she finds the bottom of the net. Not where Sullivan was intending for that pass to go, but it found Gonzalez, and she spins it in for 2. 39-28, 5:50 in a moving clock as Fuentes Lara controls it over the timeline. Now top of the key, Goodlet. Back out for Wilson. Now top of the key, driving is Dixon-Booker through the defense. No good, goes off the side iron, and she tipped it out of bounds. Off of Kyra Dixon-Booker, Carson-Newman gets possession back with 5:36 to play. And it's 39-28, Carson-Newman. In the backcourt is Emily Gonzalez. Trying to work across a soft pressure from Catawba. Now kick inside for Alvey. Alvey right-hand layup, rattles home. Nice job by Gonzalez to evade the pressure and find Alvey inside the paint. And Carson-Newman's lead is now 13. In the backcourt, it's Wilson. Wilson working across the timeline, feeds Dixon Booker. Now driving is Fuentes Lara. She has it tipped away, and Penland steals it. Campbell Penland moving across the timeline. Top of the key, it's Knuckles. Now Penland has it. Penland kick to the corner. Alvey. Alvey pump fake, mid-range jump shot, misses everything, and Goodlett collects the board. Goodlett moving across the timeline. She floats it inside, no good off the side iron. Knuckles collects the rebound. Here comes Maddie Knuckles and Carson-Newman. Campbell Penland kicks it near side wing for Gonzalez. Gonzalez pump fakes, makes Wilson fall to the hardwood. Mid-range jump shot, no good, as Guterman collects the board. Fast-paced basketball here inside hold as Goodlett has on the far side wing. Kick to the top for Wilson. 20 to shoot for Catawba with 4:30 to play here in the second quarter. Inside for Guterman. Guterman tries to turn around hook shot, no good, but she's fouled by Maddie Knuckles. So we have a trio of subs at the scorer's table. Tori Rutherford and Madeline Ladd to check back in, and Nala Baker will check back in for Catawba. Take a look at some hustle stats here in a minute. Carson-Newman has generated turnovers 9 this afternoon. 9 Catawba turnovers for Carson-Newman, and 20 points in the paint for the Eagles, as well as 10 bench points as Knuckles checks out. Abigail Johnson, who's gotten good run on this one, checks back in. Guterman in the free throw line for 2. Also, we'll keep you posted on that Carson-Newman-Miles game. Eagles looking to get the ball back with a minute to play as Guterman puts up the first free throw. It swishes in. 41-29 your score. Timeout Carson-Newman with a minute and 4 left to play. It's 3rd and 7 for Miles as Guterman's second free throw. Off the front iron, no good. Pentland secures the rebound. Rutherford in the backcourt, working across the pressure of Nala Baker. Now in the front court for Tori Rutherford. 4:20 to play here in the second quarter as Rutherford controls. Handoff to Madeline Ladd. Top of the key for Abigail Johnson. Swings it to Michaela Alvey. Now back to Penland. Near wing 3. No good back iron. Fighting for the rebound is Johnson. She secures it inside. Back to Alvey, and Alvey walked with it. A handful of travels today for Carson-Newman as Alvey walks and gives Catawba possession back. Wilson in the backcourt controls for Catawba. Now kick to the far side wing for Guterman. Top of the key, it's Goodlett. She drives on Rutherford. Kick back out. Guterman tries another 3 from the far corner. Grazes the iron, and Rutherford collects the board. Here comes Tori Rutherford with 3:49 on the moving clock in the second quarter. Carson-Newman's lead is 12. Rutherford bounce pass near side for Alvey. Alvey inside for Johnson. Johnson back to the basket, working on Guterman. Left-hand hook shot, missed everything. Might have been tipped as Goodlett collects the board. Here comes Bailey Goodlett. She finds Dixon Booker driving down towards the free throw line. Kick back out Baker. Now one more to Wilson. Wilson tries far side wing 3, and she rattles it in. 41-32 Carson-Newman. Good ball move from Catawba on that possession to break almost a 3-minute scoring drought, at least from the field, as Rutherford controls top of the key. She's pressured, trapped by Guterman, and Baker now finds Alvey. Now Johnson inside, right-hand layup is good. Carson-Newman breaking the pressure with ease. Tori Rutherford and Michaela Alvey. Then Alvey finds Johnson wide open inside. Goodlett across the timeline with under 3 minutes to play. 2:55 in the moving clock. Dixon Booker drives inside. Kick back out Wilson. Wilson tries another 3. That one missed everything and trickles out of bounds. Natalie Fuertes-Lara will check back in. Jen Sullivan and Maddie Knuckles back in for Carson-Newman as Penland heads to the bench. Carly Hayworth will check in as well. So Alvey, Sullivan, Ladd, Hayworth, and Knuckles on the floor for Carson-Newman. See, Alvey's going to check out, so it's Sullivan, Johnson, Ladd, Hayworth, and Knuckles for Carson-Newman. 43-32 with 2:42 in a moving clock here in the second quarter. Hayworth gets it across the timeline. She's pressured by Fuentes-Lara on the far side. Hayworth working on Fuentes-Lara, looking for an option. Bounce pass free throw line for Johnson. Hayworth now finds herself open top of the key. Her triple backboard rim and no good. Rebound secured by Catawba. Here comes Bailey Goodlett across the timeline. Goodlett drives inside. She's fouled by Hayworth going up. Hayworth thought she got all ball, but that will send Bailey Goodlett back to the line with 2:19 to play here in this second quarter. Looking at some of the scoring so far, Campbell Penland has 9 for Carson-Newman. Jen Sullivan has 8. 2 Eagles with 6. And Emily Gonzalez and Lindsey Taylor. Abigail Johnson also has 6 off the bench. As Goodlett's first free throw rattles home. Eagle fans, check out Carson-Newman Athletics official online store at shopseeandeagles.com. Shopseeandeagles.com features more than 1,100 products, from T-shirts and polos to foam skins and pet collars. Shopseeandeagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Gillette 2 for 2 from the line as Hayworth drives it across the timeline and gets fouled by Natalia Fuentes-Lara. As Carson-Newman's lead is 9, 43-34 with 2:14 to play. As Kyra Dixon-Booker checks back in, Fuentes-Lara heads to the bench. Sullivan controls at the timeline for Carson-Newman, 2:12 on the moving clock as Sullivan working on Baker at the top of the key. Sullivan drives the free throw line extended. Pressure's right there for Guterman. Now inside for Johnson. She puts it up. It's good, but she's called for an offensive foul as Wilson comes over to take the charge. Mike Mincy is arguing the ruling at midcourt. Did not agree. It looked like she might have gotten there a little late as the officials tell Mike Mincy to restrain himself on the near sideline. Did not agree with that call. Mike Mincy irate. And Abigail Johnson picking up the foul. It was a clean move inside from Johnson, but she picks up the personal. It's still 43-34, Carson-Newman with under 2 minutes to play as Wilson controls in the backcourt. Dribbles across the timeline, bounce pass far side Guterman. She'll try a deep three, no good off the front iron. And an over-the-back call on Kyra Dixon-Booker. Kind of unnecessary from Dixon-Booker there to go over the back. It looked like Sullivan had good positioning as the Eagles will inbound on the far baseline. Ingram will check back in for Catawba. Guterman heads to the bench. 1:48 to play. Carson-Newman leads 43-34 here on the Eagles Sports Network as Hayworth controls in the backcourt. Hayworth brings it across the timeline for Carson-Newman. 1:40 in a moving clock here in this first half as Hayworth controls on the far side wing. Top of the key at 15 to shoot for the Eagles. Hand off to Sullivan. Sullivan to the free throw line. Kick back out Hayworth. She'll try a triple. No good off the far iron, but Ladd collects a second chance opportunity. Hand off to Madeline Ladd. She'll try a deep three. No good. Rebound tipped around and corralled by Dixon-Booker. She feeds off to Wilson. Wilson will bring it back out to the top of the key. 1:12 in a moving clock. Carson-Newman's lead is 9 here in the second quarter. 43-34 your score as Wilson drives inside. Sullivan comes over to take the charge. Wilson barreled down the lane. Sullivan stepped inside, absorbed the contact, and gets Carson-Newman the ball back with 1:04 to play in the second quarter. 3 subs checking in for the Eagles. It's Penland, Rutherford, and Gonzalez to check in for Ladd, Hayworth, and Knuckles as Rutherford controls in the backcourt. 43-34 with 1 minute on the dot left to play. Feed goes up court to Gonzalez, and Wilson picks up a personal. That's going to be her second, I believe. With 57 seconds to play, that'll send Carson-Newman the free throw line. That's her third personal foul on Sanaya Wilson, as that will send Gonzalez to the line for 2 free throws. Fans, stay tuned at halftime on the ShopSeeingEagles.com. A halftime report as Gonzalez misses the first. Second free throw on the way for Emily Gonzalez. It is up and through. 44-34, the Carson-Newman advantage sits at 10 as Maisie Helpman checks in for the first time. Sanaya Wilson will head to the bench for Catawba. 10-point lead for Carson-Newman, under 1 minute to play as Goodlett controls in the backcourt. Goodlett brings it across the timeline for Catawba. Eagles bring off their pressure a little bit as Goodlett tries a mid-range jump shot over the top of Rutherford. She nailed it. 44-36. Carson-Newman as Penland brings it across the timeline. Kick far side. Gonzalez tries a three. No good. Rebound tipped around. Still being tipped around on the far side. Now a foul called on Carson-Newman. Actually, that's going to be a foul on Macy Helpman, which will send Carson-Newman to the line. So Jen Sullivan in the free throw line for Carson-Newman, 32.3 seconds to play. First free throw up for Sullivan. Hits every side of the rim and falls out. 44-36 Carson-Newman. One more on the way for Jen Sullivan. Just about 30 seconds to play, and she swishes it in. Alvey to check in. Rutherford will check out. 45-36 Eagles. As Baker will roll it to Goodlet, who lets it roll. And the clock will reset to 32-3 as it ran. The ball is rolling on the hardwood. The Eagle Sports Network invites you to stop by the official restaurant of Carson-Newman Athletics. Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals the Lakeway region can offer. As Goodlet brings it across the timeline, give left side for Dixon Booker. Now Helpman at the top of the key. Feeds off to Ingram. Ingram working on Sullivan. Top of the key now Goodlet. 18 to shoot for Catawba. 15 on the shot clock as Goodlet controls it top of the key. Screen by Dixon Booker. Now kick far side Ingram. Ingram tries a mid-range jumper. No good. Back iron. Second chance board for Goodlet. Tipped around near the timeline. Now Dixon Booker has it. She'll have to pull it with 2 seconds to shoot. She does, and she missed off the backboard. No good. And that'll bring us to the half. 45-36. Carson-Newman out in front over Catawba at the halftime break. A fast-paced first half of action. We'll talk about it on the other side on the ShopSeatEagles.com halftime report here on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to ShopSeatEagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, ShopSeatEagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit ShopSeatEagles.com today.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopSeeAndEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
AEC is a distributor of Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and under warranty to not leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-term temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position, and the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment drain. AEC, empowering efficiency.
It's halftime. Your first half scoring summary and a check of the ShopSeeAndEagles.com sack scoreboard are headed your way.
Euro step in the lane, shot up off glass. It falls in for Keely Rogers.
Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Welcome back to Holt Fieldhouse. It is halftime between Carson-Newman and Catawba here on the Eagle Sports Network. It's been a busy half of play, one that Carson-Newman only trailed once, and it was very early. The Eagles scored the first bucket of the game. It was Lindsey Taylor who got inside for two. Then Anala Baker three-pointer made it 3-2. Catawba, since then, Catawba has not led. The Eagles built a lead in the first quarter as large as 10 after an Abigail Johnson layup inside the paint to make it 24-14. Catawba with a three-pointer as time expired to make it 26-19 at the quarter break. And at quarter number two, Eagles were equally productive. Three-pointer for Penland out of the break made it 29-19. Catawba did cut it to 4 on a little 5-0 run to make it 30-26, but the Eagles were able to gain arm's length once again with a couple buckets from Campbell Penland. Emily Gonzalez and Jen Sullivan pushed the lead back out to 11, making it 37-26, and that's kind of where the score stayed for the rest of the second quarter, Abigail Johnson with another layup to push that lead back to 11. Catawba cut it to 8 with a Bailey Goodlet jumper, but as Jen Sullivan free throw, she went 1 of 2 from the line with 35 seconds left to make it 45-36. That was the last scoring to speak of in the first half. So 45-36, your halftime score. We'll take a look at some of the stats. Leading the way for the Eagles, it is Jen Sullivan and Campbell Penland with 9 apiece. Campbell Penland 3 of 6 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. Sullivan 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. She is 4 of 6 from the line, so she's done a nice job getting to the free throw line. The Eagles 9 of 12 from the line as a team, generated some good opportunities at the free throw line. The Eagles are only 4 of 15 from 3, only shooting 45.5%, but still good enough to have the lead. Some other scores to take into account. Emily Gonzalez has 7, Lindsay Taylor was 6, 4 of those coming early in the ballgame. Gotten a little bit of foul trouble there in the second quarter. She has 2 personal fouls. See if how the Eagles deal with that problem there in the second half. Abigail Johnson has been a real highlight off the bench. She has 6 points off the bench for Carson-Newman in 11 minutes played due to some Lindsay Taylor foul trouble. Maddie Knuckles with 4, Tori Rutherford with 2, also in a little bit of foul trouble with 2 fouls in the first half. Taylor and Johnson have 2, as well as Rutherford with 2 fouls. The rest of the Eagles not in too much trouble in the early going in terms of fouls. But again, the Eagles shoot just 4 of 15 from 3, still generating turnovers. 10 turnovers generated in the first half, 12 points off of those turnovers, and 22 points in the paint have been the highlight, as well as those 12 bench points from the Eagles bench crew this afternoon. Taking a look at Catawba and what they did in the first half, talked about their shooting struggles on the season. They're shooting right about the season average at 37.5, 37% season average coming into the afternoon's matchup. But leading the way for Catawba with 8 points is Bailey Goodlet. Sanaya Wilson has 7. Sydney Guterman with 6 off the bench. Brooklyn Ingram also has 6 off the bench for Catawba. That's en route to 19 bench points in the first half, but Catawba has only forced 9 turnovers, which they're averaging 25 forced turnovers per game, so a little bit below their season average in that department. But again, Catawba only shooting 37.5% and really has not been able to get those offensive rebounds that they're used to either. 19 a game leading into this game, only 3 in the first half, so Carson-Newman has done a good job, and one of those keys to the game, which is keep Catawba off the glass. The Eagles have done a good job at that. So we're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we'll get you caught up on some South Atlantic Conference scores around the league and also have an update on Carson-Newman football here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. A check of the ShopCNEagles.com SAC scoreboard is next. This is the Eagle Sports Network. If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
The Eagles Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a ShopSeeingEagles.com scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
Back here on the halftime report, Ryan Wilkes with you here on the Eagles Sports Network as we take you through the ShopSeeingEagles.com SAC scoreboard update. Hey, Eagle fans, check out Carson-Newman Athletics' official online store at ShopSeeingEagles.com. ShopSeeingEagles.com features more than 1,100 products from T-shirts and polos to phone skins and pet collars. ShopSeeingEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. So before we get into any South Atlantic Conference women's basketball updates, I want to congratulate Carson-Newman football on an incredible season. Fell to Miles this afternoon, 14-13. Game in which the Eagles outgained Miles 305-153, but the Golden Bears were able to keep the Eagles out of the end zone late and advance to the next round to face off with Valdosta State. But as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, still nothing to hang your hat on if you're the Eagles. Just an incredible first year under head coach Ashley Ingram. So a lot to be proud of your Carson-Newman football players. So congratulations to the Eagles football team on an incredible season. But some updates around the SAC women's basketball. Lincoln Memorial and Newberry, the only final. Lincoln Memorial wins 62-53. E&H and Lenore Ryan facing off. It's 39-33 to start the second here. It's 45-36 Carson-Newman. In Mars Hill, 42-24 at the half. Mars Hill leading Anderson out there in Mars Hill, North Carolina. A couple other updates. Wingate up on Tusculum, 43-34 at the halftime break. And Coker leads UVA Wise at the half, 40-32. So that'll be the ShopSeeingEagles.com SAC scoreboard update. We're going to take one more break. Talk about the keys to the second half and get this second half underway between Carson-Newman and Catawba here on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Saboreo's, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Saboreo's is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner and the Health Sciences Building. Saboreo's features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Into the front court, loses her dribble, kicks it out, right wing, three from Bergstrom is up and good! As the buzzer sounds to end the first half.
On the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Back at Holt Fieldhouse, Carson-Newman's lead is 9 at the break. over Catawba here on the Eagles Sports Network. Ryan Wilkes taking you through all your coverage this afternoon as the Eagles and the Catawba Indians get ready to go for the second half. Again, to recap some of the scoring for both teams so far, it's been Campbell Penland and Jen Sullivan with 9 apiece for Carson-Newman. No double-digit scores in this game yet. That's something to note here in this one. Lindsey Taylor was 6. She's 2 of 2 from the field and 2 of 2 from the line. She's been a little limited in the first half due to some foul trouble. Tori Rutherford, same deal with her. She has 2, but again, a little limited due to 2 personal fouls. We'll see how the Eagles navigate that in the second half. Michaela Alvey has 2 off the bench. Maddie Knuckles with 4. Abigail Johnson with 6 to lead the way off the bench. 12 bench points for Carson-Newman. Catawba has 19 off the bench, so that's been a highlight for Catawba here in this first half. Carson-Newman, again, not shooting the ball incredibly well. 45.7% in the first half, only 27% from 3, 4 of 15 mark, but Eagles getting it done from the line. 9 of 12 from the free throw line, and also 8 offensive rebounds, doing what Catawba has done well this season. Kind of flipping the script again like they did with Lenore Ryan in creating a ton of turnovers against the Bears, which the Bears had done a good job again of that defensively leading up to that game. But Carson-Newman has 8 offensive rebounds and has led to some second chance opportunities. Catawba only with 3 this afternoon, again averaging 19 a game, also averaging 25 turnovers defensively per game, which is both top in the South Atlantic Conference, and 13 steals as well. Carson-Newman has limited the mistakes, does have 9 turnovers, but it's almost a given that this fast-paced and athletic Catawba team is going to generate some turnovers. Nonetheless, Carson-Newman has kept that mark fairly low here in this one. So getting ready to go for second half action on the floor for Catawba. It's Baker, Goodlett, Fuentes, Laura, Foskey, and Dixon Baker. So the starting 5 out there for Catawba should be the same 5 for Carson-Newman as Rutherford, Penland, Sullivan, Gonzalez, and Taylor on the floor for Carson-Newman. Again, Rutherford and Taylor with 2 fouls apiece for Carson-Newman, but the Eagles were able to navigate that in the first half. Catawba will move left to right in this second half. Goodlett controls in the front court for the Indians. Kick to the free throw line for Baker. Baker looking inside for Foskey. Foskey faces up on Taylor. She missed a jump shot off the rim, grabs her own miss, puts it back up and in for 2. Second chance points for Catawba out of the break, and it's a 7-point game, 45-38 with 9:37 on the moving clock here in this third quarter. Rutherford top of the key, hands off near side for Gonzalez. Gonzalez kicks to the top, Penland. Right back to Emily Gonzalez. She looks inside for Taylor. Taylor working on Foskey inside. Left hand layup up and in, plus the foul. Taylor got Foskey in the air, and she put it in with the left hand for 2, which will have 1 more at the line. Instant sub for Catawba as Guterman will check in. Foskey picks up her second. Taylor will head to the free throw line as Terrence McCutcheon not wasting any time to get one of his best players out of the game. Free throw is up and in. Taylor converts the and 1 free throw, and the lead is back to 10. Baker in the backcourt looking for Goodlett. She picked up her dribble. She'll give to Fuentes Lara on the far side. Now Baker working across the timeline. Working on Gonzalez. Kicks it back to the top for Goodlett. 17 to shoot for Catawba. 9-10 in the moving clock here in this third quarter. Goodlett, top of the key. She'll pull a deep 2, I believe, and she'll swish it home. Deep 2 for Goodlett. It's a 8-point game. Rutherford across the timeline. Gives off to Penland. Penland near side for Gonzalez. Now inside for Taylor. Taylor kicks back out Rutherford. Now to the top for Jen Sullivan. Penland now on the near side. She's defended tightly by Fuentes Lara. Back to Sullivan. Sullivan the free throw line with 9 to shoot. She'll pull it back out. Sullivan bounce pass inside for Gonzalez. Back to the basket. Gonzalez turns and shoots, no good. Taylor with a second chance rebound. She sticks it back in with the left hand. 50-40. Carson-Newman's lead is back to 10 as Lindsey Taylor 5 points for the Eagles to start the second half. Dixon Baker across the timeline. She's fended off by Jen Sullivan. Now kick to the top for Goodlett. Far side kick for Fuentes Lara. Now back to the top for Goodlett. The Indians reset with 15 to shoot. Goodlett at the top of the key working on Gonzalez. Right hand floater, no good off the back iron. And Penland collects the board. Here comes Tori Rutherford across the timeline. Far side wing. That's kick back to the top for Gonzalez. 20 to shoot for Carson-Newman. Gonzalez driving in on Dixon Baker. Turns her back to the basket. Bounce pass inside for Rutherford. Rutherford spins. Right hand layup up and in. 2-point turnaround layup good for Tori Rutherford as Guterman and Taylor get tangled up. And I believe we might have an official review here with Taylor and Guterman tangled up. Both teams head to the bench. Keep it right here for a moment to see what the ruling is here on the floor. 7:44 to play, 52-40 the score. With 7:44 to play here in this third quarter, the officials conversating. Might be a double foul on Taylor and Sydney Guterman as those two got tangled up. A little bit of pushing and shoving underneath the basket. Nonetheless, the Carson-Newman lead is 12. .7:44 to play in this third quarter. Things still being sorted out by the officials as Mike Mincy receiving word here. And Terrence McCutcheon will get word as well. Eagle fans, AEC is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Service you can trust, value you can depend on. Powering Mossy Creek, we're AEC, member-owned and service-driven. Not sure what the ruling on the field, or the ruling on the floor is quite yet, excuse me. We will take a break and be right back. We'll have that ruling after the break here on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back at Holt Fieldhouse, still waiting on the ruling on the floor. Did get word at what they were looking at the monitor. There was no foul on the floor, but trying to determine whether or not there was an intentional foul after the basket was scored. Both teams are now back on the floor, still waiting on a ruling by the officials. It's like it's going to stay Catawba basketball. No foul called after the basket. Just a little bit of tangling between Guterman and Taylor. And that's that. 52-40 your score. 7:44 to play in the third quarter as Goodluck controls in the backcourt. Now it's Nala Baker. Baker working across the timeline. Rutherford and Penland there to trap. Bounce pass to Fuentes Lara. Now far side. It's Dixon Baker. Back to the top. Baker pump fakes a three. Drives inside on Penland. Turns around and she traveled. Good defense by Rutherford and Penland to create another Catawba turnover. And the Eagles get possession back with 7:26 in the moving clock. Penland across the timeline. Gives it off near side to Emily Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking inside for Taylor. Trap comes. Taylor kicks back out. Penland thinks about a triple. Kicks it far side. Sullivan tries a three. Front rim no good. Rebound tipped around. And it goes off Lindsey Taylor and out of play. Catawba gets possession back down 12 with 7:12 to play in the third quarter. Baker will inbound for Catawba. Now she controls in the backcourt. Rutherford and Gonzalez there with the pressure. Baker trying to work it across the timeline. She finds Guterman top of the key. She turns and shoots and swishes it home. 3-point basket for Sydney Guterman. And the Carson-Newman lead is back to 9. Top of the key, it's Rutherford. Gives off Gonzalez far side. Now inside Lindsey Taylor. Taylor working on Guterman. Left-hand layup. Good, but a travel called on Lindsey Taylor. Shuffle her feet once she collected her dribble. And a turnover for the Eagles. Possession goes back to the Indians. Backcourt, it's Baker. Gonzalez defending tightly. Now Rutherford coming to trap. Baker picks up her dribble. Kick up the floor to Guterman. Is over her head and out of bounds. Another turnover generated by the Carson-Newman defense. And the Eagles get the ball right back. 11 turnovers now for Catawba as Rutherford brings it across the timeline. Handoff to Sullivan. Now near wing for Gonzalez. Handoff Penland. Far side wing, it's Rutherford. Rutherford inside for Gonzalez. She pump fakes and sticks it up and in. Emily Gonzalez gets her defender on her feet. Or off her feet, excuse me, and sticks it up with the right hand and in. 54-43 with 6:13 in the moving clock as Goodlet works it across the timeline. Up the floor to Dixon Baker. Turns into lane, feeds off Guterman. Right-hand layup is good. 54-45 with 6 minutes on the dot left to play. Moving clock here in the third quarter. Penland across the timeline. Looks inside for Lindsey Taylor. Taylor back to the basket, kicks back out Penland. Penland tries a deep triple, and she swished it. Campbell Penland from deep. She has 12, and the lead is back to 12. Penland defending Fuentes Laura tightly. Kick back out Guterman. Guterman tries a triple. She missed everything, and Sullivan collects the board inside. Now a foul called on Kyra Dixon Baker inside on the rebound by Jen Sullivan. It's her second foul on Kyra Dixon Baker as Carson-Newman regains possession. The Eagles have got that shooting total up to 50%. Gonzalez near side wing tries a three. No good back iron. Sullivan there with the second chance. Sullivan scoops it inside with a right. No good, but a foul, I believe, on Fuentes Laura. That's the call. Fuentes Laura picks up another foul. That's her third. Third foul on Natalie Fuentes Laura as Sullivan heads to the line for 2 free throws. 5:26 to play. Eagles lead is 12. Sullivan's first free throw rattles in. Hey, Eagle fans, Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals the Lakeway region can offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen, the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Second free throw for Sullivan. All nylon as Ingram will check back in. Fuentes Laura heads to the bench with 3 fouls. As Michaela Alvey quickly jots to the scorer's table, she'll check in for Emily Gonzalez. 59-45 Eagles, 5:26 to play. Media timeout quickly approaching here in this third quarter. Backcourt, it's Goodlet. Feed to Baker across the timeline. The Carson-Newman logo lost it for a second, but gets it back near the timeline. 20 to shoot as Baker drives inside on Sullivan. Left-hand layup is good. Terrence McCutcheon wanted a foul from the Catawba bench. Didn't get it, but nonetheless, 2-point basket for Nala Baker. Rutherford across the timeline, top of the key. Crosses over on Goodlet. Drives to the free throw line. Hesitates. Drives back inside. Right-hand layup is good. Tori Rutherford for 2. A little stop and go on the drive. And the Eagles number 5, and it's 61-47. Goodlet feeds it across the timeline to Guterman near wing. Now to the top for Baker. Baker thinks about a triple. Now she'll try one over the outstretched arms of Jen Sullivan, and she nailed it. 61-50. Both teams going back and forth, trading buckets. Both teams 5 of their last 7 from the field. Rutherford bounce far side for Sullivan. Taylor sets the screen on the far side. Now Sullivan rejects it, drives baseline, and scores. Jen Sullivan for 2. Reject the Taylor screen, drove baseline, and scored. 63-50. Carson-Newman burns a timeout to let the team catch some breath a little bit. 63-50, 4:23 to play. We'll take a quick break. Be back on the other side here on the Eagle Sports Network.
My favorite thing about my community? The safety, the reliability, the people. We rely on each other, and we rely on local electric co-op. It's not just about electricity. It's about empowering community, empowering moments, empowering safety, empowering togetherness, empowering knowledge. That's why when I need something, I rely on my co-op. I trust my co-op because the co-op is us. We are the co-op. AEC, member-owned and service-driven.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Back at Holt, Carson-Newman's lead is 13 over Catawba. Some hot shooting as of late. Both teams 4 of their last 5 from the field as Catawba controls. It's Guterman on the far side wing. She'll kick to the top for Dixon Baker. Dixon Baker drives free throw line extended. Pivots. Feeds back out for Goodlet. Goodlet drives baseline on Rutherford. She tries a right-handed scoop shot. No good. Rebound tipped around. Goodlet got her own miss. Kick to the far corner, Baker. She traveled. Had an open drive on the baseline. The officials today have been watching those feet as Baker shuffles them on the far side, and Carson-Newman regains possession. Rutherford on the near side baseline. She pushes off the pressure of Baker. Now feeds Alvey near side wing. Taylor back to the basket, looks inside for Alvey. Alvey secures it, tries the layup. Awkward positioning, missed the layup, and Guterman collects the board. Here comes Goodlet on the far side. 3:44 on a moving clock. Goodlet tries a deep triple, no good off the back rim. Alvey with the rebound. Alvey up the floor. Penland driving quickly, left-hand layup off the front rim, no good. Rebound for Baker, a little too strong for Campbell Penland, who leads away with 12 points. As Baker pass to the top for Ingram, tipped away by Rutherford. Rutherford driving inside, right-hand layup, no good. Rebound tipped around. Sullivan got a hand on it, and Rutherford's able to get it back. 19 to shoot for the Eagles, kick to the top for Alvey. Now Rutherford on the near side, pulls it back out with 13 to shoot. Rutherford, top of the key, bounce pass far side for Alvey. Now top of the key, Taylor. Near side, it's Jen Sullivan, 5 to shoot for the Eagles. Penland thinks about a 3 at the top, has 3 to shoot, drives baseline. Layup is good. Penland drives on Goodlet, scoops it in for 2, and it's 65 to 50. Had a good look at 3, but gets a better look inside. And it pushes the Carson-Newman lead to 15. Top of the key for Goodlet. Goodlet working on Rutherford, driving inside. Kick back out Baker. Baker tries a 3, and she nailed it. 65-53 your score, and Terrence McCutcheon will burn a timeout. It's going to be an immediate timeout, so we'll take a break right with them. Eagles lead 65-53 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back here at Holt Fieldhouse, Carson-Newman has the lead. It's 65-53. We're approaching the end of this third quarter. 2:30 to play in the moving clock as Rutherford controls across the timeline. Bounce pass near side for Gonzalez. Top of the key, Maddie Knuckles, who just checked in as Rutherford controls on the near side wing. Inside for Knuckles. She tries a turnaround hook shot. No good. Abigail Johnson there with the second chance. She puts it back up and in. Johnson with 8 off the bench. She's been excellent today for Mike Mincy's crew. And it's 67-53. Near side wing, Dixon Baker drives inside on Knuckles, and she's called for a foul. Knuckles didn't like it, thought she had her hand straight up. But that is her second foul. Will send Dixon Baker to the free throw line, and Foskey sets a check back in. She'll check in for the shooter. First free throw for Dixon Baker is no good off the back iron. Eagle fans, AEC is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative service you can trust. Value you can depend on. Powering Mossy Creek, we're AEC, member-owned and service-driven. Second free throw, no good. Same spot, same result. It's tipped out of bounds. Guterman was the last to touch it, and Carson-Newman gets the ball back. Foskey will check back in, also into the game for the first time for Catawba. Is Julie Janus. She's in for the first time this afternoon as Rutherford pushes across the timeline. 2 minutes and a moving clock. Here in the third quarter, the Eagles lead by 14 as Alvey rejects a Knuckles screen, drives baseline, take back out Knuckles. Now far side wing, Rutherford tries a triple, no good front iron. Rebound collected by Foskey. Here comes Wilson checking back in for this ball game. She has it on the far side wing. Wilson back to the basket, kicks back to the top. Janus now to the top for Guterman. Ingram controls top of the key. She'll try a deep 3. Sandwich between the rim and the backboard, no good. Rebound tipped around. Corralled by Alvey, and she's fouled. Third foul for Catawba's Cindy Guterman. I believe that foul was called. As Rutherford controls in the backcourt, she breaks the pressure. Now to Alvey. Alvey lobs it inside Johnson. Johnson right-hand layup finds the bottom of the cup. Double digits for Abigail Johnson. She has 10, and the lead is 16. Top of the key, Wilson controls for Catawba. Now it's Foskey, free throw line extended. Turnaround jumper is pure. Nice jumper by Foskey. Back to the basket, she turned and knocked it down. Under a minute to play, Carson-Newman's lead is 14, 69-55 as the handoff goes to Gonzalez, top of the key. Now to Alvey. Near side wing, it's Maddie Knuckles looking inside for Alvey. Alvey scoops it up and in, plus the foul. Guterman called for her second foul, and Alvey will head to the line for one more. Alvey to the free throw line for one more. 71-55 your score. She takes a couple bounces. The and one free throw, no good. And a lane violation called to Michaela Alvey. Give the ball back to Catawba with about 44 seconds left to play. Carson-Newman's lead is 71-55. Shania Wilson will bring it across the timeline for Catawba. About 13-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. 20 to shoot for the Catawba College Indians. As Wilson controls the far side wing. Now the free throw line extended for Ingram. She'll try a mid-range jump shot, and she knocks it home. 71-57, 22 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Rutherford brings it across the timeline. Eagles looking for the last shot. 13 to shoot. Shot clock is turned off here inside Holt Fieldhouse. As Rutherford feeds it to Johnson. Backdoor cut for Rutherford. Layup's no good. Rebound collected by Foskey. 4 to shoot. Foskey kicks it up the floor. Janus will try a triple. She got it. Buzzer beating 3 for Julie Janus, and it's a 11-point game at the third quarter break. We'll take a quick break and come back with the fourth quarter here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, fourth quarter of play set to get underway. Carson-Newman's lead is 71-60. Take a look back at that third quarter, talk a little bit about what went on in the third quarter of action. Carson-Newman's lead was as much as 16. But Catawba scores the final 5 points of the quarter to cut the deficit back to 11. Eagles lead is 11 with Bailey Goodlett set to check back in. The 5 on the floor for Carson-Newman is Penland, Rutherford, Taylor, Sullivan, and Gonzalez. It's Foskey, Guterman, Ingram, Janus, and Wilson for Catawba. See who Goodlett goes to grab. On the next whistle, Penland will inbound on the far sideline. Carson-Newman controls out of the quarter break. And we're ready for the last frame of action here from Holt Fieldhouse. See if Carson-Newman can close this one out and move to 3-0 in sack play. Sullivan has it on the far wing. Looking inside for Penland, nothing there. Taylor sets a screen. Sullivan steps back. She had it blocked, but it goes right to Taylor. Gonzalez top of the key. Now kick near side wing Rutherford, and she swishes home a 3. 3-point basket for Tori Rutherford, and the lead's back out to 14. Wilson glancing down the near sideline, looking for an option. Top of the key for Guterman. Penland defending, back out to Wilson. Wilson driving baseline on Rutherford. Back to the basket. Bounce pass inside, and Penland fouls Guterman on the cut. With 20 to shoot, 9:28 to play here in the fourth quarter. As it'll be Baker and Goodlett to check back in. Heading to the bench is Janus and Guterman for Catawba. Wilson will inbound on the near baseline, 74-60. Carson-Newman's lead is 14 here in the fourth quarter from Holt Fieldhouse. Wilson with the inbounds pass, near side wing Ingram. Ingram working on Sullivan, pulls it back out. Now near side kick for Foskey. Foskey drives inside, tries to turn around jumper, no good. Taylor secures the board. Kick to Rutherford, he'll bring it across the timeline for Carson-Newman. Kick near side wing for Pentland, inside for Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to the basket, looking for an option. We'll pull it back out, top of the key for Sullivan. 17 to shoot for the Eagles, far side corner. Rutherford has it. Now for Pentland. Pentland tries another three, and she got it. Campbell Pentland up to 17 points to lead all scorers, and she's 5 of 8 from three-point land. Wilson driving inside on Pentland, tries a right-hand layup, no good. Taylor with another rebound. And all foul call. It's going to be an offensive foul on Lindsey Taylor. She picks up her third personal foul. As Taylor is tabbed on. Okay, Wilson was right up on her, and Taylor threw the elbow. Nonetheless, Carson-Newman's lead is 17, 8:44 to play. Carson-Newman scored the first 6 of the quarter. Ingram on the far wing, inside for Foskey. Foskey turns and shoots, and Taylor is whistled again. That's 4 on Lindsey Taylor. Abigail Johnson will head to the scorer's table, likely to check in for Taylor. And she checks out of the contest. Johnson, who has 10, will check back in. She's the 4th Eagle to enter double-digit scoring. She has 10 off the bench. As Foskey steps to the line for 2 free throws. First one is up and good. 77-61. Carson-Newman's lead is 16. Key for the Eagles to come out, start this quarter hot. And they've done so as Foskey spins the ball on the line. Second free throw, up and through. 77-62 with 8:38 in a moving clock here in this fourth quarter. Rutherford has it in the backcourt, pushes it across the timeline. Pentland has it now. Kick far side for Sullivan. Sullivan thinks about a triple, pulls it back out. Sullivan works on Wilson. Drives inside, tries a free throw line jumper, and she swished it. Jen Sullivan for 2. She has 15 points on the evening. It's 79-62 with 8:15 in the moving clock. Wilson top of the key kick for Baker. Baker driving on Gonzalez, spins in the lane, had it tipped away, tied up for a moment. Now Pentland secures it for Carson-Newman. Gonzalez chases down a loose ball, feeds it to Sullivan at the Carson-Newman logo at midcourt. Sullivan slowly pulls it across the timeline. 7:55 in the moving clock here in the fourth quarter. Top of the key, Jen Sullivan gets a screen from Abigail Johnson. Feeds it inside for Johnson, but Sullivan, right before the pass, traveled with it. Here comes Natalie Fuentes-Lara checking back in for Catawba. Nala Baker will head to the bench. See on this pass, Jen Sullivan. Feet just hit the hardwood before leaving that pass off for Abigail Johnson, who again has had an incredible game. 10 points off the bench for Johnson as Wilson has it top of the key. Driving inside, tries to feed off Foskey, but it's tipped away. Rutherford steals it, has it at midcourt, tipped around. She's fouled by Ingram. Ball was always loose, never quite secured by Tori Rutherford, but she's fouled on a loose ball, and Carson-Newman will keep possession. Another turnover for Catawba. It's been a costly metric here this afternoon for the Indians. Now 17 turnovers for Catawba on the afternoon. Carson-Newman has 16 points off of those turnovers. As Pentland will inbound on the far side for Carson-Newman. Pentland feeds it into Rutherford. 25 to shoot for the Eagles as Gonzalez controls on the near wing. Top of the key, it's Johnson. Pentland far wing, gets a screen from Johnson. Now she'll drive baseline. Look inside for Gonzalez. Gonzalez will pull it back out. Feed Jen Sullivan at the top with 15 to shoot. Sullivan at the free throw line. Back to the basket. Feeds off Rutherford. Rutherford drives inside. Right hand layup. No good. Rebound tipped around. Who touched it last? It was the Indians. Carson-Newman basketball as the Eagles fighting for every second chance they can get here this afternoon. Big reason why they have the 17-point lead is 14 offensive rebounds as Dixon Baker checks back in. Ingram heads to the bench. Gonzalez will inbound for Carson-Newman. 7:09 to play here in the fourth quarter. An offensive foul now on the inbounds pass called on Abigail Johnson, an illegal screen. And the ball goes right back to Catawba. Third foul on Abigail Johnson. Both bigs are in trouble here late with 3 fouls apiece. Actually, Lindsey Taylor has 4. See some extended minutes here from Abigail Johnson. the Carson-Newman logo. It's Bailey Goodlet with 19 to shoot. She gives off Sanaya Wilson far side. Foskey sets the screen. Wilson at the free throw line. Turns to the basket, gives back out for Fuentes Lara. She drives baseline inside for Foskey. Layup no good, but a foul called on Abigail Johnson. That's number 4 on Johnson. So 4 on Taylor, 4 on Johnson. Let's talk about the foul trouble for Taylor and Johnson, as Taylor will quickly check back in for Johnson, who heads to the bench. And Foskey will head to the free throw line for 2. First free throw for Foskey. Rattles in. Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider, providing Jefferson City with ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband. Let them serve you. Visit trilite.net. Second free throw for Foskey. It rattles in. What a lane violation. Called on Catawba. The free throw I don't believe will count. There's a violation, I believe, one on Foskey there. So 79-63 your score. Carson-Newman with possession. 6:46 to play as Gonzalez controls in the backcourt. Gonzalez trapped. Gives off to Rutherford, the Carson-Newman logo. Now kick to the short corner for Taylor. Rutherford goes to the top of the key. Penland now far side. Jen Sullivan. Sullivan crosses over, drive inside on Fuentes Lara, and she scoops it home. Sullivan for 2. She continues to impress here this afternoon. She has 17, and it's back to an 18-point game. 81-63, Carson-Newman out in front. Goodlet controlling on the far side. Now Fuentes Lara top of the key. Foskey in the short corner far side, drives on Taylor. Layup no good. Gets it back. Foskey goes up again, and she rattles it in. Terrence McCutcheon begging for a foul call there. It would have been Lindsey Taylor's 5th as Gonzalez quickly brings it across the timeline. Top of the key, it's Campbell Penland. 5:54 on the moving clock. Gonzalez has on the far side wing. Looks inside Taylor. Taylor working on Foskey. Left hand layup is good. Used her body to get inside on Foskey. Again, Catawba asking for an offensive foul on Lindsey Taylor. Did not get it. And it's 83-65. Bounce pass to the top for Bailey Goodlet. 20 to shoot for Catawba. Goodlet controls on the far side. Rutherford defending. 15 to shoot for Catawba. Bounce pass to the free throw line for Foskey. Tries a mid-range J. No good back iron. Rutherford grabs the board for Carson-Newman. He was looking to push it to a 20-point advantage as Sullivan has it top of the key. Behind the back on Goodlet. Sullivan drives. Right-hand layup. Rattles in. Catawba again begging for that offensive foul, but Sullivan able to scoop it home, warding off the contact, and it's 85-65. Near side wing Foskey with under 5 to play. 4:59 on the moving clock here in this fourth quarter. Dixon Baker has it in the near side corner. Back to the basket. Turns on Penland, and she scoops it in. 85-67 to score. 4:45 on the moving clock. Carson-Newman has a comfortable advantage with under 5 to play. Far side wing Sullivan. She'll pull it back out. Fuentes Lara defending the crafty guard Jen Sullivan as she brings it top of the key. Floats it inside. Taylor right-hand layup off the rim. No good. A little too strong from Lindsey Taylor, and a great pass from Jen Sullivan. Here comes Sanaya Wilson driving on Rutherford. Layup is good, plus a foul. 85-69, and one more upcoming for Sanaya Wilson. I believe that will bring us to the under 5 immediate timeout. 4:22 to play. 85-69 your score. Carson-Newman out in front, but Catawba looking to surge late. We'll take a break and be back with the final 4 and change of action here from Holt Fieldhouse on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Back on the Eagle Sports Network, last 4:22 to play here in the fourth quarter. It'll be one free throw at the line for Sanaya Wilson, who converted, plus the harm, before the media timeout. As Wilson takes a couple bounces, he had one free throw, is up and through. 85-70, 4:22 in a moving clock here in this fourth quarter as Rutherford controls in the backcourt. Carson-Newman with a comfortable 15-point lead. Catawba trying for one more push. See if we can leave Holt Fieldhouse with a big sack win. Not looking good right now for the Indians as Alvey has it on the far side wing. Top of the key kick for Sullivan. She tries a deep triple. No good off the front iron. Rebound collected by Foskey. Here comes Catawba. Sanaya Wilson across the timeline. Drives on Sullivan inside. Turns. She traveled. Right into the body of Jen Sullivan. Too many steps for Sanaya Wilson, who's been aggressive throughout this ball game. Nonetheless, Carson-Newman gets possession back. Rutherford in the backcourt. She's trapped. Has to give it off to Alvey. Alvey far side kick for Sullivan. Short corner for Taylor. She'll try a mid-range jump shot and swish it home. Lindsey Taylor with a mid-range J. And the lead's back to 17. Goodlet across the timeline, standing on the Carson-Newman logo with 23 to shoot and 3:30 to play here in this fourth quarter. 87-70 your score. Carson-Newman has led practically wire to wire, besides trailing 3-2 very, very early in this game. As Goodlet drives down low, she's fouled going up. Let's see who this foul is on. There'll be two free throws for Bailey Goodlet. Foul's going to go on Campbell Penland. That's her third, and we'll give Bailey Goodlet 2 shots at the line. Goodlet puts it up. No good, rattles around and falls off the far side iron. Second free throw upcoming for the freshman Bailey Goodlet, who's been a big piece for this Catawba team, looking to replace its top 3 scorers from a year ago. Second free throw is up and in. Checking back in for the Indians is Kyra Dixon-Baker. Sends Sydney Guterman to the bench. As Penland inbounds to Rutherford. 3:15 in the moving clock as Rutherford breaks the solo pressure of Bailey Goodlet. Down to the front court. 87-71, Carson out in front by 16. Top of the gates, Campbell Penland. Penland gets a screen from Taylor, top of the key. Penland drives inside. Puts up a floater, rattles around, no good. Taylor a second chance rebound. She's fouled going up. And we'll get 2 free throws. See who the foul is on. It's going to go on Sanaya Wilson. That's her fourth, and we'll send Taylor to the free throw line. And Carson-Newman has controlled practically wire to wire in this one. Just trailed 3-2 early. As Taylor's first free throw off the front rim, no good. First Bank is the official bank of the Carson-Newman Athletics, and the only place you can get a Carson-Newman Eagles debit card. Stop by any First Bank location to get your CN debit card and show your Eagles pride. Second free throw, Taylor misses off the front iron, and Foskey grabs the rebound. Goodlet across the timeline. Catawba trails by 16 with 2:50 to play. Goodlet tries a mid-range jumper, no good off the side iron, and Taylor grabs a rebound. Here comes Jen Sullivan, moving right to left. Sullivan far wing, driving inside, is pushed off her course by Fuentes Lara, and she picks up a personal. Ingram and Guterman at the scorer's table. They'll check back in. Sullivan set to head the line. Shooting not quite yet. Only 2 personal fouls, 3 in the quarter for Catawba. No free throws yet for Carson-Newman, but the Eagles do have the ball, leading by 16. Penland in the paint. Turns at the free throw line, drives inside, kick back out Alvey. Now Taylor tries another mid-range jump shot, no good off the side of the rim. Rebound tipped around, collected by Foskey. 2:25 in the moving clock here in this fourth quarter. Bounce pass near side. Now Wilson top of the key. Foskey sets the screen at the top. Kick back out. Now Ingram on the near side. Ingram driving inside, tries a left-hand layup, and it rattles in. 87-73 with just over 2 minutes left to play in this ball game. Rutherford trapped at the timeline, gives off for Penland. 2 minutes on the dot. Shot clock sits at 21. As feed goes inside, Lindsey Taylor. Taylor back to a cut for Alvey, and she's fouled going up. 2 free throws coming at the line for Lindsey Taylor. Foul's called on Brooklyn Ingram. That's her second, and Alvey will head to the line for 2 free throws. Stick around. We'll have the Domino's post-game report coming up after the break. After this game concludes, we'll recap this one, talk about some other games around the league, and then get you set for tip-off between the Catawba men and the Carson-Newman men as Alvey misses the first free throw. 1:53 to play. Carson-Newman's lead is 87-73. Eagles have led wire to wire and has led pretty comfortably here in the second half as Alvey's second free throw swishes in, and it's 88-73. Wilson across the timeline, down the left sideline, gets a screen from Foskey, bounce pass inside. Foskey tries a right-hand layup. It swirls around and in. 88-75 with 1:40 to play as Rutherford crosses the timeline. She's trapped, looking for an option, and Mike Mincy will burn a timeout. See if it's a 30 or a full. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here on the Eagles Sports Network. Talk a little bit about this one. Carson again trailed just once in this ball game, 3-2 early. Other than that, it's been all Eagles. Led as much as 18 in this ball game. 19 points off the bench and 48 points in the paint, as well as 18 forced turnovers, or 17 forced turnovers, 18 points off those turnovers is a story here in this one. Carson has been effective in this ball game. Again, in the Domino's post-game report, we'll talk a little bit about the scores around the league. Also, talk about Carson-Newman football, who fell on the road to Miles, 14-13 final there. A heartbreaker to end it for Carson-Newman, but still a great season for the Eagles under first-year head coach Ashley Ingram. 1:34 to play. Carson-Newman's ball as Penland gets it to Rutherford. Rutherford handoff for Sullivan. Top of the key now, Michaela Alvey. Near side, Wayne Campbell, Penland. Top of the key, Lindsay Taylor. Taylor looking for an option. Gets it to Penland, top of the key. Campbell, Penland with 10 to shoot. Hands off for Michaela Alvey. Alvey drives to the free throw line, tries a mid-range jumper, and she got it. Michaela Alvey from the free throw line knocks it down, and it's 90-75 with a minute and change left to play. 1:07 and a rolling clock as Guterman has it top of the key. She'll try a triple, and she gets it. Sydney Guterman from the top of the key knocks it down, and it's 90-78. Under a minute to play here inside Holt Fieldhouse. 57 seconds on a rolling clock as Catawba tries to trap Sullivan. One hand snaps it. Shots blocked inside by Foskey. It's out of bounds off of Janiyah Foskey, but nice looking possession there. Sullivan snagged it with one hand, got it right inside to Taylor. Would have been a highlight play if the finish was there, but a good block for Foskey. Penland brings it back out for Carson-Newman. 19 to shoot, 48 seconds to play. Back cut for Alvey, and she rattles home the layup. Campbell Penland finds Alvey on the back cut, and it's 92-78 with 40 seconds to play. Goodlet top of the key. Try a triple. No good off the iron. Ingram fighting for the second chance board. She's fouled inside. And it'll go Michaela Alvey. That will send Brooklyn Ingram to the line for 2 free throws. Natalie Fuentes Lara will check back in for Catawba before Ingram's 2 free throws from the line. Eagles looking like they will move to 5-0, 3-0 in South Atlantic Conference play as Johnson checks in for Taylor. What a day it's been for Abigail Johnson. 10 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, and 4 rebounds as well. She's been very solid off the bench for Carson-Newman as Ingram set for the first free throw, puts it up, and goes down for Brooklyn Ingram. The Eagles looking to improve to 5-0, 3-0 in sack play. Catawba will fall to 3-2, 1-1 in sack play after a road win at Anderson a couple days ago. Ingram's second free throw rattles around and falls. 32 seconds to play, about a 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock as Rutherford has in the backcourt. Now Penland across the timeline. Kick far side, Alvey. Alvey tries a triple. Glanced off the far rim, but Penland grabs a second chance rebound. Mike Mincy calling off the troops. Rutherford pulls it out. About a very minimal separation between shot clock and game clock. About 1 second as Rutherford pulls it out. Goodlet still tightly defending, but Rutherford will likely dribble out the shot clock here, and there will be minimal time left on the clock. Shot clock goes off with 1 second left to play. The horn sounds, but we'll have about 1.8 seconds left to play. 1.7, so Catawba will inbound and likely just dribble out the remaining clock. 92-80, that will be your final. Bailey Goodlet has in the backcourt lets the clock trickle to zero. Horn sounds, and Carson-Newman is 3-0 in South Atlantic Conference play, 5-0 overall on the season. The Eagles conclude very impressive homestand, winning all 3 games against Lenore, Ryan, Tusculum, and Catawba. The Eagles will be back in action next week at Emory and Henry as the Eagles look to continue what has been a really impressive start to the season. We're going to take a break and be back with the Domino's post-game report on the other side here on the Eagles Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagles student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The game's over, but we're just getting warmed up. The Domino's post-game report starts in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's post-game report on the Eagle Sports Network.
Left wing Rutherford 3 up and kaboom! Torrey Rutherford.
Your stats breakdown. A conversation with Mike Mincy, presented by Modern Woodman Financial Planning. Plus, the selection of the AEC Electrifying Play and Food City Player of the Game are all headed your way. The Domino's post-game report is brought to you in part by Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles in Mossy Creek. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service built. By Fresh Ideas, good food is a powerful thing. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Trilite, dream big with gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family owned and operated coffee. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Let's head back to the arena and the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Back here post-game after Carson-Newman defeats Catawba 92-80 here on the Eagles Sports Network. Ryan Wilkes taking through all the coverage of the women's game. Andrew Rogers will have your call momentarily, about 24 minutes until tip-off between the Carson-Newman men and the Catawba men here on the Eagle Sports Network. Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your Carson-Newman ID. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. So Carson-Newman dominant in this one. Only trailed one time. It was 3-2. But other than that, Carson-Newman led the rest of the way. Shot 50% from the field and even 36 of 72. Only hit 7 threes, and 5 of those came out of the hand of Campbell Penland. She was excellent this afternoon as Carson-Newman rolls to its third straight conference win, all coming at home. Again, the Eagles do have a little road stretch coming up at Emory and Henry, at Anderson, and at UVA Wise. And 4 of the 5 games in the month of December are on the road. The only one at home on December 7th against Limestone. So a lot of road games coming up for the Eagles. We'll see if Carson-Newman can maintain the ferocity they played with here at home. Now looking at some of the scoring for Carson-Newman, Campbell Penland and Jen Sullivan led the way. Sullivan had 19, Penland had 17. Taylor shortly followed with 15. 3 Eagles with 9. Tori Rutherford had 9. Emily Gonzalez with 9. Michaela Alvey with 9 as well. Maddie Knuckles with 4. And the Food City player of the game off the bench is Abigail Johnson. She was absolutely excellent today. Really came in and played big minutes. When Lindsay Taylor found herself in foul trouble, Johnson came in and didn't really skip a beat between the two. And she was excellent this afternoon for Carson-Newman. She earned Food City player of the game honors. 10 of the 23 bench points for Carson-Newman. That's a big factor of today's win. As Carson-Newman improves to 5-0 on the young season. And looking to get that ranking higher, 9-7 in both polls. And the winning streak at home increases to 18 wins. Some other stats to look at: Carson-Newman, 50 points in the paint, 18 points off turnovers, for 17 Catawba turnovers, and kind of flipped the script on the whole second chance points metric. We were looking at pregame, 19 second chance points off 17 offensive rebounds for Carson-Newman to really put this one away. 92-80 final. We'll talk about Catawba a little bit here this afternoon. Let's take a look. Carson-Newman led for 39 minutes and 14 seconds. This one only trailed for 14 seconds, and the game was tied for only 28 seconds. So that really shows you how dominant Carson-Newman was in this one. Looking at Catawba's stats, 39 points off the bench. Terrence McCutcheon not hesitant to use his bench. Catawba had 5 scores in double digits. Janiyah Foskey had 13. Bailey Goodlett had 11. Nala Baker with 13. Brooklyn Ingram with 12. And Sydney Guterman leads Catawba with 14 points. So she was productive off the bench. 5 of 11 shooting from her. 2 of 7 from 3. And Catawba 39 points off the bench. That was big for them this afternoon, but only forced 13 turnovers and only 7 points off turnovers for a team that averages 25 turnovers forced per game. Well below their season average here early. 7 offensive rebounds as well. Catawba was averaging 19 coming into this game. So talked about those as kind of the keys to this match. I mean, Carson-Newman executed it very, very well this afternoon. Only 7 offensive rebounds for Catawba, holding them 12 below their season average. Just a really impressive showing from Mike Mincy's crew, and good to set the tone before heading on the road right before the holidays. Again, Thanksgiving coming up this week. Carson-Newman will head back on the road to face off against Anderson next Saturday. The Saturday after Thanksgiving, Carson-Newman will have another heavyweight South Atlantic Conference battle. But a good start to the campaign so far. The Eagles improved to 5-0. 3-0 in conference play, and it's really been about multiple players being involved. It's been Lindsay Taylor, Jen Sullivan, Campbell Penland, but also Tori Rutherford chipping in, and Abigail Johnson today, the highlight off the bench for Carson-Newman. We'll talk about Carson-Newman football now. Fell 14-13 at Miles, a heartbreaking way to end the Eagles' 2024 campaign, but a great first year under head coach Ashley Ingram. The Eagles finished 9-3 under the first-year head coach and led in most statistical categories today. 305 yards to 153 for Miles, led in both the passing and rushing categories, but Miles kept Carson-Newman out of the end zone when they needed to. And Carson-Newman falls on the road to end their season. Looking at some scores around the South Atlantic Conference, Wingate wins a tight one over Tusculum, 82-76 final, as Wingate improves to 2-3 on the season. Coker takes down Wise in dominating fashion, a 78-60 win for Coker over the UVA Wise Highland Cavaliers. Some other scores around the league, and pretty busy day of action here in the South Atlantic Conference on a brisk November afternoon here in Jefferson City. Lincoln Memorial takes down Newberry 62-53. LR gets back in the win column, takes down Emory and Henry 76-59. Final score here 92-80. And Mars Hill dominant over Anderson 87-62. the Mountain Lions get it done at home. So we're going to take a break. On the other side, we'll take you through the last segment of the Domino's post-game report before the men's team gets ready to go in front of an excited Holt Fieldhouse. The men's team 6-1 to start the year. They'll face off against the talented Catawba squad. We'll take one more break and be back with the final segment of the Domino's post-game report here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess energy toward the ground through the ground wire. AEC also offers surge devices for inside your home to defend against possible voltage spikes that could damage your electronics, appliances, or equipment. This service is affordable and dependable. Order today and enjoy no connection fee. AEC, we power what matters most.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when the Domino's postgame report continues on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Ryan Wilkes back with you on the Domino's post-game report as we prepare to close this one out. Before Carson-Newman takes on Catawba on the men's court. Both teams getting warmed up before action here this afternoon. Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your Carson-Newman ID. Domino's, the official pizza. Turnovers pretty much just half of what they're used to on the season so far. And Carson-Newman forced a ton of turnovers against the Indians, forced 17 turnovers and 18 points off those turnovers. Also had 17 offensive rebounds. That's what the Indians had done such a good job of this year, was turning people over and securing offensive rebounds and second chance points. And today, Carson-Newman flips the script and does that well. It's really the Eagles being able to do so many different things well that has been part of the big success this season. Again, to recap the scoring, Jen Sullivan leads the way with 19. She's 6 of 13 from the field. Only 1 of 5 from 3, but she got it done from the free throw line.